in this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat and hand him to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? So yeah, we have that motto there about when you tolerate something or other person tolerates you. That's where I say, let the rat keep his ass. You know, I mean, the rat's ass isn't yours to give, or is not mine to give. Let the rat keep his ass. It belongs to the rat. Let the rat keep his ass. So that kind of tells you something about tolerance. You know, live and let live, even if you do it in a smirky, smart-ass kind of a way. And yes, I'm going to do another about the Roe versus Wade meltdown. But I promise I'm not going to call it ramble. But I do want to make this here talk about fun of the shit I should have talked about in the first place before I rambled on too much. And keep in mind, I also looked up the names, bad names. Maybe wouldn't do it when I was making that other video. I'm the kind of guy that would say, oh, remember what the fuck is his name? The guy, politician who pretended for abortion, I guess. Released his lie until a couple of the first articles, or one article was there. And you know, his mission probably maybe believed him at one point during an affair, and admired the hell out of it when it happened to be. Terror version of the stories out there. That Tim Murphy dude, yeah, I looked it up, the name. You know how you're bad with names, but then I make sure I look that up. I remember I'm bad with names.
Walking these dirt streets,
What I'm thinking
in my mind.
But I'm one of them people making fun of the rules.
I want for the rules.
You're about something.
Play and lies.
Remember
Play and lies. Contradictions alright.
Yeah, that's kind of funny as hell how that shit happened. Here's another theory too, how nobody uses damn cars making the original country. I always think nobody uses the name they are
No, the body is minding yourself. Only I try to find yourself.
And I have this theory too. This guy, like this guy, he had to get voters. Oh yeah, he get away the park his dick because he has to get his way.
I live my life for myself. Forget your dirty ways. Play and lies. Contradictions arise. Blame and lies. Contradictions arise.
But anyway, she called him on it, like it was posted right there. And when he said, oh yeah, he was totally pro-life until
not right. Oh, you gotta get an abortion. All of a sudden, expose that to every damn stuff that out there.
Betrayed later, you think you will.
But my one theory is people on two sides of the track. One side of it, is pro-life, they're lying, they're ass off. Oh, the other side is supposedly they want to go and fight for people's right to abortion. My view on something, I don't want to act like they're male. I think that oh yeah, they act like they care about somebody that's called like right to an abortion, right to the reason why they're fighting for rights is kill babies or have an abortion. Oh, so that anybody that they're banging, outside of their marriage, when their wife doesn't know, those kind of people. I mean, the kind, the ones that already were caught in affairs outside the ones that mostly that I particularly think, like so far patronizing for abortion. It's not about them. They don't care about the fan base that they're appeasing. They care more about like saying if they're married, they're fooling around on their lives or whatever. They want abortion to be available real quick so they can talk them into getting an abortion, or if they're in politics, political and have a wad of money, get a wad of money out, pay for the abortion for their mistress and give them another wad of money, right, and bribe them to get an abortion and bribe them to not publicly say anything, but for whatever damn reason they get more shrewd, they turn around maybe years later after all they got to do is wake up in a pissy mood some kind of way, or run out of the money that they were given the bribe, or they're talking back and forth and the affair is still going on. One little thing later on, how these women will do and say, okay, I agree this far, but they'll well, wait a minute, I didn't agree to this, so they'll turn around and find a way to say, okay, I agreed to this then, but okay, now this is different. Whatever reason, some of these women, they get these affairs with these women and they'll be like that, you know what I mean? And I'm trying not to laugh right now saying that, but then you get the other side of the tracks that pretends to be the ones, aside from the ones I just said that are like openly pro-abortion, that motive. If they're not like that, they'll go and pretend like they're openly anti-abortion, to appease this audience. And they're anything but. They're no different than the ones that I just talked about that are openly pro-abortion for the reasons I specified. But the only difference between them is these ones will pretend to be pro-life, and they're just like the ones I just mentioned, but only they're sneakier, and they too want to have appease particular mistresses and do what'll get them the nookie, right? And these mistresses, the ones that pretend to be pro-life, they'll use it to get nookie, get a mistress or whatever, but the mistresses for these ones, right, kind of like believe it, and they like, oh, he's the greatest thing in the world, I want to have his baby, and then they're totally lying, you know what I mean? Well, two different tactics, you know what I mean? Just openly be pro-abortion, and you know those ones right away, they want to get rid of the baby that was a result of them wanting to park their dick, you know what I mean? But then when they lose whatever political position they're in, of course they're not going to be destitute anyway. They'll weasel their way into some other kind of political position. See something lower, even if it's for less money. Even if nobody believes their shit as much, and they're reduced to maybe throwing a couple $100 at some hoe that wants money for drugs or whatever the hell, you know. Then I could throw into the mix that I'd have to look up again online that I might have did a video about it a long time ago, but maybe mention it. There was a judge, I think it was in my state too, that got in trouble, or judge or magistrate that got in trouble for fixing the all the criminal shit over there for he had a mistress that was a crackhead or a heroin addict already, and he was using his position as a magistrate or judge to protect her and kind of wipe away her trouble or whatever the hell, when he got exposed for it. You got them damn people too. But yeah, you know, if they're not having a mistress that's a little bit closer to their league, even at the same time, they're over there on the side. You have a mistress that needs money for drugs or whatever, they just get reduced to a lower priced hoe or something that they can pay and manipulate. They're all damn crooked, and they have their dicks in places that they shouldn't or whatever, and they'll act righteous in one form or another in front of everybody. But which either side is it's an ulterior motive, and they're deceiving people. Wonder what they only believe in what they supposedly believe in for whatever reason. Whether they pretend to believe that they're this, or some people will take the tactic, if they have an audience to appease, they'll openly say, they'll act like that they're, like I said, pretend to be pro-life, or they'll just, instead of pretending to be pro-life, they'll act like, take the direct tactic, you know, if they have enough of a fan base, and be just openly anti-life or pro-abortion for the reason I specified. Just be totally open about it, and if they got an audience that supports it, female audience that supports it, don't care about that audience, like I said before. They can get rid of the result of you know, how more plain than you have to that, you know, they're both phonies in one form or another, you know what I mean?